So I wanted to update you on the court situation. So I went to court last Friday. There were 4 people there. I'm just going to keep it brief to get to the main point, which is that I haven't really told anyone what's going on, but I have been reported for 3 alleged offences. 2 of them are bylaw offences. First one is using singing or using any sound equipment to the annoyance of someone on the railway, even though I was outside the railway. But in their world, they include all sorts of things in the railway. The second one was behaving in an indecent manner on the railway. And I have no idea how they're going to prove that, but I don't think they care about that. And the third point is, and this is the big one, is for public nuisance. Now, public nuisance is a common law offence which is rarely used, and it's a very old law. And the penalty for public nuisance is life imprisonment plus unlimited fine. So either life imprisonment, unlimited fine, or both. So it's a very interesting that this is, that what I've actually done is use the megaphone in a public space. That's what I've done, just talking, basically talking, using an instrument so that I don't have to shout in a public place. And what they are using to control me is a law which has a life imprisonment maximum sentence. Now, of course, it's extremely unlikely that I'm going to get any imprisonment whatsoever, but just think about, I just invite you to think about the ramifications of that and how much power other human beings, other people like us, like they're not necessarily good or bad, they're like the rest of us, and some of them may be bad, like some of the rest of us, and they have the power, based on something as vague as public nuisance, to put someone in jail for the rest of their lives. And that's what they're using law against me. So I went to the court, and as usual, it was a situation that just reinforced the idea that I was given a few years ago by a professor of law who used to work in law and then gave it up and became a teacher and a professor, who said it's like Alice in Wonderland. The legal system is like Alice in Wonderland. And I just wonder whether that happens to be a coincidence, or whether the fact that it's like Alice in Wonderland just means that there's lots and lots of money to be made out of it. And so I'm discovering more and more in the process, and of course it's costing me lots of time and energy, and having to face my fears and getting over them, and then they're coming back. And so I went to court. There were 4 people there, and I pointed out to the judge, there was 1 female judge and a prosecutor, I pointed out to them that I hadn't been offered a chance of going to Crown Court, because anything that has a long prison sentence, they call it either way case, they have to give you the choice to go to Crown Court. And to cut a long story short, I was given, they said, well, you can go and ask the duty solicitor. I didn't ask the duty solicitor. I couldn't find the duty solicitor. I kind of sort of got one solicitor who's happened to be hanging around, who I recognise, and I sort of quickly said, yeah, go to Crown Court, but it was not advice that had any depth to it, and I didn't know the ramifications, and I just went back into the courtroom and I said, yes, I'm going to go for the Crown Court. At that stage, the prosecutor, who until then seemed to be very polite, added to the charge of public nuisance, obstructing people going on their way, added that to the charge. Now, that's a tactic that has been used in various ways on me in all the cases that I have had to defend myself from. They have used that tactic of changing the charge at the last minute. Again, I just invite you to think about that practice and think about what that means, and ask yourself, is that abusive or not? Anyway, so he did that, and I objected to it, but the judge said no, it would stand, and I am now going to the Crown Court for a case management hearing on the 9th of July. That's this Wednesday. If anybody's around, it's in Blackfriars Crown Court, be lovely to have you. It's always good to have witnesses there to watch what's going on. And the more the better. And I still haven't decided what to do. I still don't know whether I made the right decision. I'm learning a lot about the legal system, about the Crown Court, about the Magistrates Court, about legal aid, about... I've discovered, I don't know if I haven't looked into this properly, but I've discovered something which should really alarm you guys. I don't like to alarm you because at the end of the day, nothing really should alarm you. Because when you get to the depth of it all, right now, everything is as it is. And, I don't want to put fear into your lives, but I think you should also be aware. Part of what I do is to get people and myself to become aware of what's going on. And one of the things that I've discovered is that if someone is taken to court for a crime, they cannot get their money back for their defence costs, even if they are acquitted. Now, if that's from last year onwards. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't checked that out. But if that is true, again, ask yourself, what's that? What is that all about? What does that mean to you, that idea? So 9th of July, I'm going to be at the Crown Court for a case management hearing, and I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. One of the things that I have been considering many times, I've spoken about it a couple of times, but this time, again, I'm considering it, and I'd like to hear your views on this, is once again considering asking for donations, not for myself, but to cover the costs of either people who can't travel down to London or into London to help out and be there for the case, possibly even give them some compensation for missing work if that's what they do, or give them some compensation for supporting me for their time, and also perhaps to use some of those donations, if I get enough, to give to a barrister or a lawyer who's prepared to work pro bono. I don't know if that's allowed, or exactly what that's all, what the rules are about all this, and those rules are a whole another discussion as it is. But that's something that I've been thinking about, and it'd be interesting to hear your views. Often, whenever I even suggest that I should ask for donations for anything, I get a whole barrage of criticism. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking about, so that the people can at least don't have to pay for their own train tickets to come down and support me and watch what's going on. I'd like to leave you with that. Your comments and feedback are always appreciated. Have a fabulous day and weekend if that's where we're at and when you watch this.